Happy birthday, FaceFull. FaceFull had a birthday over the weekend. He wanted to play some games together, hopefully record a video, which we got a chance to do. So here is a selection of games we played. At the moment it's just FaceFull and I and a bot. FaceFull's rocking the Rivonics and the Dreadbolt. I'm rocking my usual setup, and we've got a Rivonics opposite on the battlefield. It's not actually currently on the battlefield, but one of the opponents has a Rivonics. As you can see, we've already got them to the point where the blasters are on cooldown, so they're spawning in dribs and drabs. And we've also got a zombie running around the battlefield. So I'm going to push all the way up, turn around and force fire onto the opponents. I fought to my opponent's side of the battlefield. I'm looking for the drop tokens. I must have picked them all up because I can't see any. So now I need to turn around and support my teammates in the fight. The Rivonics had pushed its way to the middle of the battlefield, but FaceFull took care of that, so we've got a good minute before we have to worry about a Rivonics turning up again. Okay, we've got a push to defend against. Both of my teammates have just respawned, so we should very easily repel this push. So we've got incoming from the Mega Thunderbow, down that goes. FaceFull making full use of that Rivonics, tearing the enemies up. I'm just providing a bit of support in fire. So we want to take this person down. We've got that shield up and the countdown is on. So as soon as that shield goes down, we'll take our opponent down. Somebody else waiting straight there to get taken out as well. We did have to use the healing batter, but that does not matter because we're fully in control and we get the first victory. There were loads of players online, but we were struggling to get a third for the team, so we carried on with bots. Wanted a third in the team because there were so many people online, in case we bumped into some other top players so that we could record some really epic matches. It shouldn't really matter, we've both got ideal loadouts for this specific map, and nothing that we're carrying is particularly bad, except for the Cyclone Shocks, but you shouldn't really be having to load in with the Cyclone Shocks unless you're really under the gosh, which we're not. So you can see FaceFull's fought his way forward. He's going to use that Rivonics to just shut down the spawn point. I'm going to provide loads of support in sniper fire and pick these tokens up. Opponents all have blasters on cooldown, so there's none on the battlefield at the moment. We're in full control. Okay, new wave has spawned in, let's tackle them. As you can see, the bot meat waved forward, got themselves taken out, but it doesn't matter. That is another wave down, and once again, no enemies on the battlefield. Next wave spawning in, we're already in a position to put them directly under the cosh. We've taken them down to one person. Just need good line of sight to get that final kill, and down they go. One more spawning in, so you can see it's dribs and drabs now. We don't even have to worry about a proper wave. And thanks to the stunning ability on that Rivonics, they're not even managing to get out of their own spawn point. They're completely trapped. If these were human players, I'm sure they'd be quite frustrated, but they're almost certainly bots. So all we need to do is pick up these last two tokens and then get the countdown on. Nice and easy. Let's just rush through that and get on to the next match, shall we? Clearly no resistance coming from the other side of the battlefield. There we go, nice and easy. That sped up pinball music sounded like a 90s techno banger. Luckily for us, we managed to recruit the top player in the game, at least in terms of mastery level, SolidSnake. SolidSnake makes a point of not using the Rivonics on principle, something that I think is quite noble. Oh, we've got sneak attack, right, so let's turn around and deal with that threat, very good. This is why you've always got to watch the minimap at the beginning of games, that can happen. SolidSnake's loaded in with the double punch and the Dreadbolt, as well as the Cyclone Shock for that plus 20% rate of fire. All the top players seem to use the Cyclone Shock, it makes sense. Because both FaceFull and SolidSnake have got so many trophies compared to me, these bots are going to be a lot higher level and present a little bit more of a challenge to me than they would if I was playing on my own. But not only am I used to that, but I relish having a bit of a challenge. It makes it a bit more interesting, and given the teammates I've got on my team, I've got no worries about losing or anything. So you can see the position that we've all moved into on the minimap. We're completely pinning down their spawn point. This is hyper-aggressive gameplay, and all three of us are positioned very well. I'm just going to hold this left-hand flank position. I've got things I can hide behind if I need to. And I've got the healing bar, should I take a bit of damage. I'm watching the minimap for my teammates. It looks like the clone of SolidSnake that he made with his double punch either got taken out or ran into the hole. It looked like they fell into the hole, but yeah, maybe they got hit in by the hammers or something, but it's a clone, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, you can just watch where your teammates are moving around. Okay, the countdown's on. I might as well push forward. I've got no tokens, so I want to be frontline meat waving now, trying to take all of the attention so that the fire's on me and not on the token carriers. As you can see, that works successfully and we get the victory. Okay, so SolidSnake and FaceFull have both switched to the Rev Reaper, which is cool, and I've decided to go Meat Wave. Instead of using the Ultra Amp, I am using the Ultra 2. It hits a little bit harder, although you do spend more time reloading, which is annoying. So if you've not seen my Meat Wave tactics video, it basically involves hitting that shield, running forward, and basically trying to distract your opponents while your teammates do all the sniping damage from the back. You spawn back in instantly with the shield active again, so you get to keep the shield active for most of the fight, really. Once the shield goes down, you want to get yourself killed, ideally, because you want to maximise the amount of time you've got the shield up. So far, so good. The only time we want to be trying to survive is if we picked up a load of the tokens. Ideally, we want to avoid doing that. However, in certain situations, the tokens are there and you've just got to go for it. So let's see how we get on with the meat waving. As you can see, really oppressive towards a spawn point. Just turning up there, hitting the shield and successfully drawing their fire. So you can see there's a load of tokens in the middle. We're not interested in those. If we were at the point where 10 were on the battlefield, we might just grab them and then evade. But I don't need to. I can just hang out at this spawn point. So you can see normally Ghoul Grinder, you wouldn't want to be up close and personal with that, but it doesn't matter. We very quickly take out the entire wave because both of my teammates, as you can see by the string of green darts, have got their Rev Reapers leveled up. So now they're just like unleashing hell. I don't really have to do much here. I can just be a bit of a clown and run around. You can see the opponents are desperately trying to take out the token carrier, who was currently behind the base. I can't tell if that's FaceFull or SolidSnake. I think it's SolidSnake. Either way, they've made their way back round to the hole in the middle. Countdown is on, and we've managed to hold this spawn point. We've not got too far away from the shield respawning. That shouldn't happen, really. It'd be very strange if that does happen, but stranger things have happened. Okay, and didn't even get a chance to meat wave at the end. We got the victory. I had a couple of other friends trying to get me to join their teams during these games. I had to keep declining the invites, obviously, so apologies if you were sending me invites. I weren't just ignoring you, I was already in a team. I hope it doesn't put you off from inviting me in the future. So straightforward and meat waving. The opponents have just ignored me and ran straight past me, which is a sensible thing to do if somebody's got the shield, but bots don't normally do that. Okay, so they've pushed all the way through to our side of the battlefield. I get taken out on our own side. That's an unusual one, but not to worry. Spawn back in, we've got the shield good to go, and the opponent's currently all over our spawn point. We want to try and defend FaceFull and SolidSnake. They need time to build up their Rev Reapers to the point where it's going to go insane. It looks like we managed to defend that wave, and now I'm pushing forward to the opponent's side of the battlefield, which is where I want to be. And you can see those Rev Reapers are starting to load up. Once they get fully charged, this game is just going to be easy. Both my teammates holding the centre comfortably, so I need to be right forward to be effective in my meat waving. Thankfully, even though we've not got the bonus movement speed like the Amp does, the Ultra 2 still has a really high movement speed, and you can see there, win the one-on-one with the other Ultra 2 because I've got the shield. And truthfully, it wasn't a one-on-one at all. One of my teammates took him out using that charged up Rev Reaper, so I'm playing my role effectively. I'm not going to get many kills at all now they've got those charged up. And to be honest, I don't really want to get the kills. I want to draw the attention, and that'll just let SolidSnake and FaceFull just mop up. Just keep an eye on just how quick they go down. Like they don't even get out of the spawn point as soon as they encounter a line of sight. They just die. It's quite funny to watch, really. They're just getting popped, like boom. In fact, I'm probably getting in the way, if anything. I'm probably making this harder. I'm not sure if they're using manual fire mode or auto mode. When I use the Rev Reaper, I put it in manual fire mode until it charges up, then I switch it to auto mode. Picked up some surplus tokens at the end there, but it completely does not matter because my teammates still hold 10, and even though I die, the victory is there. So it looks like we've got an opposing Rivonics, but it does not matter. Personally, I'm basically immune to being affected by it because I don't mind how often I die or how frequently. It can happen as much as it needs to. Like, that is completely irrelevant. Got shot into the water immediately. Couldn't care less. Spawned straight back in. Got the shield active again. So yeah, Rivonics doesn't bother me, and it's unlikely to bother my teammates just because of the raw power of what they're rocking. It's unlikely that the Rivonics is going to make any sort of difference. You can see the opponent's trying really hard to take down my teammates, almost ignoring me in the face with the Ultra 2, but that's absolutely fine. I can just lay down damage. So yeah, we managed to take out that sneak attack vagabond there. Don't know if it used the sneak attack or not. If it did, it was wasted. But as you can see, they very quickly go down. We've got to the point where the Rev Reapers are almost completely fully powered. So very soon we'll once again be in full control of this match. There's the Rivonics, up goes the shield. I'll just get in people's faces. And this time I am drawing some heat, which is good. So that's giving my teammates the ability to just move around the battlefield and snipe. Very successful. I'm just camping the spawn point. I need somebody to kill me so I can come back in with a shield. Someone spawns back in. They're not fighting me immediately by the time they turn to face me. The shield has actually respawned. I think that's the first time that's happened. So that's coming clutch just in time for this wave. So that enables me to survive. And now I am taking all the heat. Finally go down and the countdown is on. So I'm going to make one final push forward, just see if I can help support my teammates. They're mopping up, they're doing really well because they've both got those Rev Reapers fully charged. They can pretty much take care of any threat, and as you can see, we easily get the victory. FaceFull now switching to the Ember Strike. This isn't a blaster I've got any experience playing. I have got it unlocked, but I haven't got it leveled up. The Ember Strike is one of the very few blasters that I think looks absolutely badass in full silver. If you've got it unlocked and you've got the silver skin, check it out. It actually suits the shape perfectly. I drop into the hole. I was holding tokens, so I didn't want to run any further forward. I respawn back in, so now I can do my usual, hit the shield, and off we go. I turn around and take that player out just before they manage to breach our line. Now turning back around and I'm fighting at the front as I'm supposed to. Get taken out by that Dodoro and just spawn straight back in. Teammates doing a good job of surviving, so I can see FaceFull there using the Ember Strike. The Ember Strike's got that damage over time power that you also see on the Rex Rampage. But his third nerf power is really cool, so that is whenever you tag an opponent, all other opponents within 15 meters of that opponent get stunned for 2 seconds. Quite a good blaster to bring into solo mode, especially near the end once everybody's kind of been pushed into the centre. You can really cause your opponents some headaches doing that. I know I've been taken out before because one of my other opponents got taken out by an Ember Strike and I ended up stunned, allowing my other opponents to take advantage of me. Okay, we've got quite a few zombies running around the place now, and we're at 9 out of 10 tokens. There's the 10th, so another nice dominating game. I'm still forward, just trying to get my opponent's attention. There's zombies all over the place, but of course they're like concentrating on the token carrier, which always happens, especially when the countdown's on. I feel like I spent half of the last match reloading rather than doing damage, so I've switched from the Ultra 2 to the Ultra Amp. And that's definitely the reason I've done that. I'm not just showing off all my new lava skins that I've unlocked. I know, Solo Dragon, you asked how I managed to unlock the lava skins. In the shop, the Ultra line all have the lava skin available, but what you have to do is drop a few gems. It's not many, I think it's about 300 or something, and you randomly unlock one of the 8 skins. I really wanted the Ultra Select skin. I think I had to hit that button 6 times, maybe even 7, before I got the lava skin for the Ultra Select. So it meant that I ended up with it for the Ultra 2, the Ultra Amp, I think the Ultra 3, maybe the Pharaoh, I don't remember, but either way I've got a load of lava skins now. They do look cool. I was using my gems on nothing else. Like I've got all the XP I need for every single blaster, so the only thing I really need is coins. and I'm not spending my gems on coins because the rate of return is just abysmal. It just feels bad. But at the same time, I'm just sat on a load of gems with nothing to do with them. I suppose I could have been smart and used them on outfits, because outfits have a tangible benefit to your account. They give you a perk of some kind, and that perk is active regardless of whether you've got that outfit equipped. So that would have been a slightly smarter use, but you know, I make YouTube content, it's cool to have the premium gamer skin in it. So yeah, I unlocked those skins, and to be honest, they look great on every single blaster, even though they are a bit cliche. Okay, one more meat wave and then I'll switch back to normal play. FaceFull seems to have brought in the Vagabond. Vagabond's a prismatic blaster I've not got unlocked on either of my accounts. Its first nerf power turns you into a glass cannon basically. You get a speed and damage increase like what you would using the Dragon Power card, but in return you have lower hit points, so yeah, you just all damage and die quite quickly. If that had a low respawn time, that would make the ideal meat wave blaster. But it's like a full 55 seconds or something. It's the same as the Rivonics, I think. It also has a nerf power where it delays your opponent's healing from kicking in when it hits them, which is kind of nice. And then the third nerf power is it's the similar one that the Ultra one has, where every time you eliminate an opponent, you heal some health. It's an interesting blaster. Every now and again, if I'm using the Rivonics, I get taken out by one, so I've always had it in the back of my mind as a potential Rivonics counter. If I ever unlock it and level it up, I will do a spotlight video, a showcase video, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. Yeah, let's look back at the end of 2025 and see if I've managed to do one or not. Of all the blasters that I've not got unlocked, which is only, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 at most, the only one I really want is the Dreadbolt, because obviously that's really cool and creates all the zombies. But yeah, never seen it in crates. I don't know if it's available in crates, I've got no idea. There's quite a few of the blasters that don't seem to be. I don't think you can get the Rivonics through crates. You must be able to get the Ultra Speed though, because I've noticed that Mr. Croak didn't have that and now he does. So unless he dropped some money to get it out of the shop or something, I assume he found it in a crate. Oh, in fact, I don't need to assume. He put a comment on the video I did. He found it in a legendary daily crate, so it must be available. Speaking of the Ultra Speed, FaceFull's just come in with it, so let's see how FaceFull gets on with the Ultra Speed. So I'm going to push forward, try and defend FaceFull for a minute, give him a chance to build up a couple of ticks of speed so that he can start zipping around the place. So keep an eye on the mini-map. You can see he's already moving about the place quite successfully. And I think he got taken out there. That's a shame. I enjoy the Ultra Speed. I enjoy watching other people play it. I enjoy playing with it myself. When I first started playing this game, the Ultra Speed was the one in the Battle Pass, so the Age of Speed, that's where I started. And it's a subject of the very first Super Blast video I made. I actually started making YouTube videos because I wanted to show off the Ultra Speed, because in my head I thought I'd unlock some secret hidden power that it had, whereas in reality I just didn't know much about the game and I was using it the correct way. I just thought I was being clever. But if you want to see where this channel started, you can go back and watch the very first Nobody's Watching, episode 1, on the Ultra Speed. I think I had it leveled up to about level 10 or something. And back then, I didn't know what I was doing. It's kind of hard to watch my old videos from back then. My speech was a lot worse than it is now. And if you watch my videos, you might be thinking that's quite surprising, because I know my speech isn't great. But back then it was and yeah, God, it was dead annoying. So I do find it hard to watch my old content. Not that I tend to watch a lot of my own content really. I make the videos, I will generally watch it back once just to make sure I'm happy with it. A couple of the videos that I really love I'll watch more than once. Every now and again I'll record an absolute banger of a game, or I'll get a couple of really good ones in a row. I also like some of the AI songs that I make. Obviously I have those in my AI library, but that program just drains my battery. It's actually easier, better for my battery to listen to them on YouTube. So every now and again, if I think, oh, I fancy listening to some of them AI songs, I'll stick on one of my videos with the songs and listen to them. The AI program I use, Suno, it doesn't half pump out some absolute shite, which I guess is to be expected. AI has got no kind of creative mind or spark whatsoever. It's just a machine learning program. But every now and again it puts out a song that actually, you know, has got a bit of a catchy beat, or like I might be quite impressed with the lyrics that it's come up with, so I'll watch those back sometimes. Okay, keep an eye on the mini-map so you can see FaceFull's got that ultra speed ticked up. You can see him zipping around the place there now, zipping and zooming. So just look how quickly he's moving. Hopefully he'll avoid falling into the hole, which is the worst thing that can happen once you've built it up. But yeah, just look how fast he's moving around the place. I'll try and pick these tokens up just so that he doesn't feel like he has to run towards that hole. I want him to try and stay alive for the match, and he's probably got to the point now where he's finding it quite hard to control. FaceFull, I assume that you're going to watch this video because you said that you wanted to make a video for your birthday. So if you are watching, leave us a comment and tell us, were you using the ultra speed with manual fire mode or auto fire mode? Personally, I prefer auto fire mode just because I find it hard to aim properly, and also fire in manual fire mode. But in auto fire mode, it gets quite hard to actually fire in the first place. FaceFull's gone all Ultra Blasters now, so he's got the Ultra 1, the Ultra 3 and the Ultra Select. When I was starting out, the Ultra 3 was my go-to for pinball. Its healing kicking in twice as fast makes it really good. But like most of the slow-firing small clip blasters, it's not great. You quickly grow out of it. The Ultra 1 I absolutely love in this game. I think it's really fun and cool. I think it's well balanced. It's just a shame that it gets outshined by prismatic blasters, meaning that it really doesn't make it into my regular rotation. I only really use the Ultra 1 when I'm in the special game modes, so I use it when I'm playing against the zombies or the cactus. And I also bring it into Ultra Siege mode as well, because sorry, not Ultra Siege, just Siege mode, because it's a good third blaster to have. It's just a blaster that's slightly lacking even when everything's leveled up. Like, I have to use it with a damage boost card to make it worthwhile using, which is a damn shame, because if it just hit a little bit harder, it would be a total powerhouse. So yeah, the Ultra Select is just superior to it in every way. But the healing mode that the Ultra 1's got is great. And then the reload trick, so if you eliminate an opponent and you've not got 0 darts, it just chucks 5 more darts back in. It's got a 25 dart barrel, so when you're fighting against like a horde of zombies, you basically don't have to reload at all. It's brilliant. And as you can see, FaceFull's done really well with it, so he survived the full match using the Ultra 1. No idea what power card he's using. It might not necessarily be the heal card, because the Ultra 1 can heal itself. Like I say, I tend to use it with the damage boost or the damage aura as well, but then you have to stay in one place. FaceFull now swapping out the Ultra 1 for the Dorado. So the Dorado has a nerf ability where when you eliminate an opponent, your entire team gets a damage boost. I think it's 15% or something insane like that. I think that stacks up to 5 times. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. So just keep an eye for the damage going up. So take out that shielded person there. That first initial wave pushing quite heavily to our side get repelled quite easily, and now we're pushing back up the middle. So you can see SolidSnake is still using that Rev Reaper and he's building it up. So at the moment I've got both of my teammates trying to build their blasters up, so I'm quite happy to take the front. I do get taken out, but it doesn't matter. We're going to come back in with the Rivonics, which is, you know, better than the Ultra Select for that particular role anyway, so I'm going to move forward and tank a bit. It looks like that Rev Reaper's fully charged up, so now we're going Super Chaos mode. And not only is it fully charged up, but it's going to be getting damage bonuses as FaceFull gets some kills with his Dorado sniper rifle. It's also going to make any spawn trapping we do with the Rivonics just even more painful for the opponents. Yeah, look at that. He's hitting for like 6,000 a time there. That's high for the Rivonics. I don't know exactly how. Now 10,000. I don't know how many ticks we've got on that Dorado, but it's definitely more than one. It has to be. The Rivonics hitting people like the goddamn Ultra Select. That is completely insane. One thing I don't know if you've noticed through these matches is just how quickly and seamlessly the three of us just adapt around each other's playstyles. We're very rarely getting in each other's way or causing each other's problems. We're adapting to different roles based on what our teammates are doing. In fact, I think the most disruptive anybody's been to anybody else was probably when I was meat waving. I was probably making it harder for my teammates to get in some of the kills that they want, but, you know, by the nature of meat waving, you're gonna be in the way. That's just how that role works. And I've still never seen a single other player actually meat wave, so I feel quite confident in saying, that's my tactic, I invented it, I am the pioneer of that particular method. And if it ever takes off and I do see other players doing it, then I'll really know that it's worked. In fact, if you watch my How to Meat Wave video, which I think was Nobody's Watching episode 24, I actually came up against SolidSnake in that in one of the games, and even though I didn't win that match, I was definitely causing a headache for my opponents. I had them under the cosh at one point. We even got to the point where we very briefly held all 10 tokens, but it wasn't just SolidSnake, he had a team of players with him. Can't remember off the top of my head now who they were, but it was a tough match. I think one of them was Relix. Relix is consistently one of the top players in the game. And I think also, was it Racing Mechalin, who is also like right at the top of the leaderboard. So we really had our work cut out for us. So yeah, if you've not watched that, go watch the Meat Wave video. And if you want, just find that specific game because it was damn good. It's just a shame that I didn't win, because if I had, that would have kind of solidified meat waving as a go-to tactic. If I remember correctly, I think Zonda was in that video. It might have been the first time Zonda had been in one of my videos. Zonda has found the channel and joined the Discord, which is great. So there's now 4 of us on Discord, not 3. I think all my regular viewers now either know about the Discord and most don't use it, but if anybody wants to join the Discord, please do. I will drop the link in the description if I remember. Okay, so there's zombies all over the place. We've got 10 tokens, the countdown is on, and once again we've just completely dominated. This team has been completely unstoppable. We didn't get to come up against any real human opponents, unfortunately, only bots or unknowns. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Happy birthday, FaceFull, and I will see you soon.